Hey guys, Maka here, bringing you another Nintendo Box video, and today we've got another discussion with Benny, and we're sure we're actually going to keep this one short today. So let's get straight into it. This one is about Metroid. And first, Benny, do you think that we'll see anything about Metroid in 2015?
I'm pretty certain that we'll see something at E3, and I think a lot of people expect something at E3.
Yeah.
There are quite a lot of rumors about another 3D Metroid, but also another 2D Metroid. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what they have to show us.
Yeah, I totally think it is, and to be honest, I think that we will see another one at E3, but I think that it'll definitely be a 2016 release. And if we don't see one at E3, then it's pretty safe to assume that I would imagine the Metroid will be like a release title for the next Nintendo system. That's just, of course, speculation, but that's what I'd assume would happen if we don't see one in 2015.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, that's very well could be an option for Nintendo.
Yeah,
But I mean, even if they don't show something at E3, it could be that they show something or a Metroid game at a Nintendo Direct. That's always a possibility. I
yep,
mean,
it's very
just
possible.
just think about Majora's Mask. I mean, that game was revealed in the December Direct. So and now it's coming out in about 2 weeks. So it's pretty interesting how they kind of schedule when they will release their stuff or reveal their stuff. Um, but still, I think we're going to see something at E3.
Yeah, I think we really will do. But like you said about the Direct, that actually gathered a lot of hype up because people were kind of hoping and expecting for this Majora's Mask 3D. And that's kind of the same situation we've got going with a new Metroid game now. They're kind of hoping and expecting that one's going to be announced anytime soon. And the amount of hype that actually developed, and that's just a remake of a game. So if we got the next installment in the Metroid franchise, I imagine that would be a big hitter, even if it was just in a Nintendo Direct.
Oh yeah, and one thing that is very interesting is that Nintendo just released the Metroid Prime collection, the Metroid Prime trilogy on the Wii
Yep.
U. So does this hint at a possible new Metroid? And
Well,
I'm
yeah,
I'm
that's a bit of foreshadowing there.
Yeah, I am pretty certain that we'll see another Metroid pretty soon, just because of the release. I mean, if you don't have this game yet, you definitely need to buy it, because Metroid Prime Trilogy is amazing.
Yeah, if you don't have this, guys, then they're three top-notch games. I've only played the first two myself, but the third one's meant to be very good as well. And get them this week. They're only £9, or how many euros, Benny?
Also like ten bucks.
$10, and then that must be like around the same price in dollars if you're watching from America. So that's a really good offer. That's a really good deal for this first week. And then after that, it's still a pretty good deal, but I'd get it this first week if I was you. And Benny, let's just move on to talking about, do you think it's going to be a 2D Metroid or a 3D Metroid? Because I think at least if it's a 2D Metroid, that it's safe to assume that it'll be on the 3DS, despite the name 3DS. And if it's a 3D, it's pretty safe to assume that it'll be on the Wii U.
So a lot of people speculate that we're going to see two Metroid games actually coming out in the near future. One for
I could see
3DS
that.
and one on the Wii U. The 3DS one will be a 2D Metroid
Hmm.
because there weren't really too many 2D Metroids lately. So that would be a pretty cool idea to kind of go back to that 2D kind of style. I think we're not going to see a mix again. I think that was the thing kind of that Metroid Other M tried.
Yeah, definitely.
And it wasn't too great, I heard. Like people really prefer the first person style.
I I hear that people give that game a really bad rap. I heard that the worst thing about that game was its story and kind of it ruined the character of Samus Aran. But in gameplay, I've heard that it's actually fairly good. Like not as good as Prime, but still okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's gonna be pretty interesting. As I said, I expect two Metroids as well. Um, so we'll see.
I could very much see that in the same kind of sense. They've done this before with Metroid. I think at the same time that Prime came out, was it Zero Mission that came out at the same time on the GBA?
I think so,
So
yeah.
they've got a history of that, and I could definitely see that being the case. But saying that, we aren't really short on 2D Metroids, because you said we are, and yes, in a sense we are. But every single indie developer virtually makes 2D Metroidvania games. It's crazy the amount of them that we get. But it'll be kind of nice to get one from the source, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, nothing is as good as the original, so.
Oh, yeah.
And
Exactly.
I think Nintendo has a lot of ideas for that franchise in 2D, in the 2D style, so mm, I think there's a lot of potential
Yeah,
there.
I could definitely see that coming to fruition and there being a 2D one and a 3D one. And we did see that kind of prototype that got cancelled by Next Level Games of the Metroid game that they were working on. But that doesn't mean that they or another developer aren't working on a 2D Metroid right now. And that brings us straight on to the next topic, which is, Benny, who do you think will be making this? Because I've got a couple of ideas. So one, of course, the obvious one that just screams out to you for the 3D Metroid on the Wii U, Retro Studios. We don't know what they're working for. We don't know what they are working on right now, and they've been hiring staff for positions which would hint at least at a new Metroid coming out, so maybe Metroid Prime 4 on the Wii U. Also, possibly, they may give another chance to Team Ninja and Koei Tecmo, because simply they have an awesome relationship with Nintendo and Koei Tecmo, and they're really close. But, obviously people wouldn't be as happy with that, and really, I wouldn't either. And then also maybe another company's dealing with the 3D one and another. Sorry, I am not coming out with these words. And another dev, so I'm not really sure.
Uh, yeah, I mean, a lot of people expect expect it to be retro, just because there were a lot of hints at another Metroid game, like for example the Samus's ship in Tropical Freeze. That could be a hint, who knows?
Yeah,
And they also stated multiple times that they were pretty interested in making another 3D Metroid game. So that's really the only choice I can think of when it comes to Metroid, because not a lot of people really want another Donkey Kong game. And who knows, maybe they reboot another series like Ice Climbers.
no,
Would be
why,
pretty awesome, man.
why ice climbers?
I don't know, because it's uh, I
No.
it's weird, nah. But yeah, I don't know. I don't even know.
I want my Duck Hunt 3D platformer.
Yeah, we'll see what they're working on. But I'm sure it's Metroid. I'm really, really sure it's
Yeah,
Metroid.
I'm fairly certain that is that first choice. It's Retro making Metroid. And what do you think for the 2D one? This is a bit more open because we don't really know. Who would you assume would be making this? Possibly it's an EAD team. Maybe it's Next Level Games, like I said. Maybe it's just a different team. Maybe it's like an external team. We don't know what Platinum's doing at the moment, although that wouldn't really make sense, I guess, with the kind of games they are known for making at least.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's. Uh, I mean, they did some pretty cool 2D platformers before, right? With Beautiful Joe.
That is very true. I love that game. Yes, Kamiya's got like a history with that, and I'm sure some of the other guys at Platinum do. So actually, that could make more sense than I thought originally. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. It would be pretty cool,
Hmm?
I guess, but I have no idea who would work on this. There are so many possibilities, and there's even a team, I don't know what team exactly it is, that we haven't heard about since Luigi's Dark Moon, Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon.
That's next level.
Then yeah, we haven't heard of that team like since in a while. So they could very well work on a Metroid title at the moment.
That would make sense. It would definitely make sense, and they've got kind of a pedigree in making these 3DS games now. They're the team, if you didn't know already, like Benny said, they worked on Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon, and prior to that they worked on the Punch-Out game for the Wii. So they have got a bit of a pedigree, and they are a pretty good developer, so that wouldn't be a bad thing at all. I would look forward to that game, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, mm, it's just going to be very interesting to how Nintendo would handle another 2D Metroid game. Like, how will it turn out? It's certainly very interesting.
Yeah, that's definitely the more unknown one of the two if it were to happen. But that's about all I have to say. Do you have anything more to bring up, Benny, at all
Uh,
before we finish this off?
I'm just saying, expect some Metroid news at E3.
Yeah, I would say expect some big Metroid news at E3. And I would definitely say 2016 if I was to put like just a roundabout date on it or a year. I can't see it really coming in 2015 myself because
Nah.
we've already got a pretty packed schedule for that, at least on the Wii U.
Yeah, I mean, we have so much stuff coming up, and one thing that kind of tells me that we're still going to get a Metroid game on the Wii U is because Iwata said that they're still going to support the Wii U for the next few years. So we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, I know, and basically, at least in my opinion, Nintendo have gone through most of their big franchises now, and of course they'll reuse some of those franchises and make more games, like of course Mario will get plenty more games, maybe not mainline games, but it'll get plenty of spin-off games, and they'll probably be, you know, other Kirby games possibly, some things like that, but going on to some of their other big franchises, Metroid's about the only one left, really. I mean, unless you class F-Zero as a big franchise, but that's not realistically coming to the Wii U, so it would make complete sense to bring out a Metroid game on the Wii U.
Definitely.
Yeah, yep, definitely. And I think that about brings us to the end of this discussion, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it a lot. Please click on the link below. I'll make sure that I put it on this time, Benny. To Benny's channel. It's great stuff, and he makes more compact videos, and they're very interesting in their own way. So if you want to go down and have a look at that, then that would be awesome. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.
Bye bye.